Hello, Internet, and welcome to the week of September 15th. So, this is one of those weeks where there wasn't a lot to talk about. There were no clips from the original run of these days. Didn't mean to hit that, sorry. So, I don't particularly have anything to talk about. So, I decided to pick something to talk about. I have been playing, and I'm almost finished with my first playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses. I don't remember exactly when I picked it up, and I know that I have been on and off playing it, and I went a couple of weeks without touching it. But I've been chipping away at it, and I'm almost finished with my first playthrough. For my first playthrough, I picked the Black Eagles, and I decided to stay with the church. Right now, I am at the battle against Rhea, who has lost control of her. She can't stay human anymore. She turned into a dragon, and that is I think the final boss of this route. So I'm excited. I'm almost finished with my first playthrough. However, I hear that I need to play all 4 routes to be able to fully understand everything. This one goes a little bit into Violet's backstory, but also some of the other stuff going on. And I don't know exactly what each of the 4 routes are supposed to go into. I know they go into different parts of the story. So I'm going to play through all 4 routes. But here's what I've decided. I'm going to play through all 4 routes at the same time as a Let's Play on my channel. Now, this might be crazy because I'm going to be doing them all 4 at the same time. Because most of part 1 is identical, I'm going to all of them. I'm going to start with just the because there are a lot of similarities in part 1 regardless of route. I'm going to go, and if there's no differences, I'm probably not going to. No. Because I'm doing all 4 routes at the same time, I'm going to have all 3 routes, or I'm going to have 3 of them going at the same time, and then when the red splits into 2, it's going to be 4. So it's going to be a decent amount of work, don't get me wrong, but it's still something that I'm going to enjoy because I know that I'll be able to show everything, experience the stuff that I haven't seen yet, but it's still going to be the same game that I've played at least one full playthrough. And it's just the different routes are going to have different stuff going on. It's going to be a big series of what-ifs, basically, that are all running at the same time in parallel. And it's a pretty neat idea, if I say so myself. But it's going to be a lot of work. And thankfully I don't have to make any crazy graphics like Pokemon. Ugh. Don't get me started on that. I have been working on that, by the way. I have almost all the routes done, and I just got to do a couple of dungeons, then I'm ready to go back to it. But it's going to be a lot of work because I'm going to be needing to record all of the playthroughs at the same time. And that means I'm going to have to remember what each of the units do, like, all at the same time. Thankfully, I have roughly an idea of how I'm going to be releasing them. I have two ideas. I could record them all. Like I could release them. Each day is a chapter, and that chapter for all three routes will be released the same day. Or one day will be this route, one day will be that route, and that day will be the third route. And then when red splits into two, red will get 2 days, one for each part of the red route. I'm not sure yet. I could do one of each. I'm thinking that releasing the chapter for all three routes on the same day is going to be crazy. It definitely will be. But it is something I would be willing to do because it sounds like it would be a good time. Because it would make sense, and there wouldn't be too many and because some things overlap, it would make sense for them to release around the same time. I'm just not sure. I'll figure it out. And I do have a few ideas for stuff that I could release as Vinny Visits. I would just have to sit down and record them. I'm not sure what I'm doing with or how I'm handling those yet, but I do have a game or two in mind. So that will still come back every now and again. But for now, I have to start working on Danganronpa soon, so I'm glad that I'm almost caught up with this, so that I can get to work on that next chance I get. We also started doing the Lackadaisical Plays, which happened next week, not this week, but I wanted to mention it here since I'm talking about all kinds of plans. And we do have a few more game ideas, but for now it's just the KFC thing. So I guess I'll put a poll in the end iCard this corner? I think it's this corner. iCard. Poll. Chapters released at the same time, or one route a day. Anyway, that's it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope you had yourself a damn good one, and I'll see you next week.